This is a public service announcement by The Evolution. Please get your COVID-19 vaccine when it becomes available. And unless you have related pre existing conditions, do not cherry pick the vaccine brand that you want. Happy Chinese New Year.
Happy Chinese
guys.
New Year!
Cherry picking a vaccine brand, seriously.
Oh my god.
Okay, I get it lah. After we did all the research, I
Oh,
get it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
effectiveness
yes.
of the
So you're wondering what we're going to be talking about today? We're talking about
vaccines.
vaccines.
Yes.
Dun, dun.
So, Pastor, would you take the vaccine?
Yeah lah, of course I'm going to take the vaccine. But let me just say this, this is probably like the 10th thing we're going to do this again. So, but yes, I'm going to take the vaccine, like 100% unequivocally. I don't even mind if you give me the Sinovac
Yes.
vaccine.
Sinovac.
I don't mind.
Even with the effectiveness.
Yeah,
now.
I would prefer to have the more effective vaccine because Sinovac is like, 78, then go to 90. and back
Yeah,
down.
correct.
I don't know what the
real number is.
number is.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with it. I go, if PAP clears the vaccine, I will take the vaccine. I
Yes.
trust my government.
Yes. I trust the government too.
No, guys. I tell you, right, when she came into the office today, right, because for prep, right, for this podcast, her face was such a picture. Like her eyes were all lighted up because she had been thinking.
Yes, I have to.
Yes, doing her research and thinking. And then she was like, I don't know what I'm
Yeah, because to be honest, I wasn't thinking much about it. And I wasn't very sure if I would take it.
Yeah, like, actually, have most people been thinking about it? Probably not, right? Because the
Yeah.
rollout has been so slow.
Yeah. It hasn't been our turn yet.
Like, we saw PM Lee take the vaccine on
the
national
healthcare.
TV or YouTube, I don't know.
On-
And then
I
after
saw it
that,
on
we saw the
Telegram.
plane carrying the
Oh, yeah,
first
yeah.
lot arrive in
Yes.
Singapore. After that, no news already. And then last week it was SBS, transport, all the
drivers.
drivers got it. Like, yeah, but the rollout very slow. Whereas like UK, it's rolling.
Yeah. really
US
urgent
is,
over
I don't
there.
know what's going on in the US lah.
Oh my, no idea
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. No, but no, I haven't been thinking about it. So in fairness, I haven't been thinking about it. But I also feel our government has a track record. So I'm just taking it. If you tell me the vaccine is clear, I will take it. Because I don't think they will clear a vaccine if it's not reliable.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was more assured when I went to look up and the whole entire procurement process, like how government, starting from very early April last year, they're really looking to outsurance of the vaccines, and then they studied the risk and everything.
So you have to double check all their work for them.
Well, I just need to know what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, and then also how they explain like each of the vaccine, what they do in the body, and how it works.
Yeah, man, I got quite a schooling today from Chenxi. And
Wow.
from different news outlets
yeah,
and
true.
tables.
Yes.
Yeah, like what the Pfizer vaccine and the
Moderna.
Moderna vaccine is a new way of delivering vaccines that has never ever been done before.
It's a novel way.
Yeah. And that is China's argument, right? Why their vaccine is better. Because theirs is traditional and time and tested.
Yes, they say that theirs is similar to like a flu vaccine and chickenpox vaccine, like the way it works.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
mean-
but then you're overselling it already.
yeah, he says it's
Like,
100% effective, supposedly.
The CEO say it's
correct.
100% effective, but then when you look at the stats across countries, it keeps fluctuating.
Yeah, from like
Yeah.
50, 60 all the way to like 70, 80. I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
it's quite hilarious.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so
So-
anyway, yeah.
Anyway, for me, I was saying I wasn't sure, but I was more assured. But then what tips it over is also because I saw our education minister today in the news, right? He said that the virus is here to stay for the next 4 to 5 years. So in my mind, I was like, what? It's going to be here for 5 years? Oh, probably have to take it then. No choice.
No choice. Yeah. Actually, I don't know how people are weighing this thing. Like, so you're afraid of the side effects, but right now there haven't been any major side effects that showed up that outweighs getting the virus, right?
Yeah, I guess a pro is definitely
Oh no,
always
there were 2 deaths, correct?
during the trial.
During the trial.
Yeah.
But also in the UK, right? Oh no, allergic reaction and they were fine.
Yeah, correct. Allergic reactions,
Yeah.
but they were okay.
Yeah, but guys, listen, it was 2 people in the UK out of a rollout
Thousands.
of 1 million
Oh.
or 10 million. I can't remember which one it
Wow.
was. Sorry. We need fact check.
Out of how many?
It's either 1 million or 10 million. Yeah, but
Okay.
either way, it's still 2 out of, and then they are completely
And they're
fine.
fine.
Yes,
Okay.
so yeah, I'm taking it.
Yeah,
Please take it.
I will take it.
Everyone, please take it so that we can all come back to church. Please, please, please take it. Yeah. Okay, so Straits Times.
Yes, Straits
Yes, let's
Times
go to
did
Straits
a
Times.
survey, right?
Mhm.
Last December, where they interviewed 1,000 people aged 16 and above, and they want to find out how open they are with to take the vaccine. So 8 in 10 people said yes, that they will take it.
Okay lah, not bad lah.
Yeah, so Singaporeans
Yeah.
are far more open to take the vaccine.
Compared to 60%, only 60% of people in the US, according to Pew Research, will probably, definitely or probably get the vaccine,
Yeah,
which is crazy. And this is, okay, that was in December, but in
September,
September,
it was only 51%.
it's called the Trump effect.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
the fake news.
Yeah, we can talk about that later. 51%, oh my goodness, crazy. But even right now, they won't be able to hit herd immunity. You need to hit at least 80% for things to
True.
go back to normal.
So they have to really encourage majority of people to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the rollout speed is also a problem, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Oh,
Because in
yeah.
the UK right now, they're having a problem because the rollout is slow across the board, then the ones who already have the vaccine are getting
Immunized.
lax with
Oh.
social distancing. And so the Prime Minister had to come out and warn everybody, please be careful because you could still pass the vaccine. Pass the vaccine. If
Pass the
only we could
virus.
pass the vaccine. Pass the virus on to somebody else. Like you could carry the virus on you and pass it to someone else. But because you're immune, someone else is not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So rollout is also a problem. This
I
whole
guess
thing.
this whole social distancing and everything measures will still go on for a pretty long time.
That's a whole other conversation about how this changes things. But yep,
Yeah.
we're in it for the long haul. Okay, so back to the Straits Times article, right?
Yes.
So this is the interesting part.
Yeah, so
the
most of the
breakdown.
people who said no to taking the vaccine said that they wanted to wait for a good 6 to 12 months. But there are also some people who said that they will not take it even after 6 to 12 months. And there are like a whole range of reasons. I'm just going to highlight a few. So some of them said that they prefer natural treatments like herbs, and some prefer therapeutic treatments like, I don't know, they are
Treat it after I catch it.
yeah, medicine to treat it after they catch
Oh
it.
my gosh.
And then some of them is getting the vaccine will go against
their
their
religious
religious
beliefs.
yeah, beliefs.
Yeah, but that's not predominant. We can talk about that in a bit. But
Mm.
natural treatments. Okay, so here's my thing, right? Okay, you can call me ageist.
Oh.
You can call me sarcastic. But like the first thing I went was like, what's the age range of the people who are falling into this? Because okay, this is from who will not take it, right?
Yeah, yes.
Not the rest, right? Just the lot that
Just the
will
lot that
not take it
won't.
even after 6.
Mm.
I prefer natural treatments. Okay. Well, this is phrased in English, so I don't know. Did they survey in Chinese? Like, could it be our grandparents' generation?
Oh.
Some of them that, 中药 over Western medicine.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. And that's fair enough. I can understand. Okay. But then my other thing went to the stereotypical, like, oh my gosh, if there are some millennials in here or something, they must be the hipster, like natural remedy yoga crazy kind, like seriously lah, living on another planet, like natural treatments.
Oh my gosh.
In a pandemic, I'm so sorry if I'm like blowing the mic, but
Yeah,
it's just really funny.
Yeah, I saw the result. I was like, what? It's like Singapore alone.
Oh no, wait. This after natural treatments, right? The other reason is number 7 is too troublesome to get. 11% said too troublesome to get COVID-19 vaccine. Oh, guys, come back down to earth, my friends. Oh gosh, this is just really, really like crazy.
Why is it too troublesome though?
Yeah. Okay, so the religious beliefs ones, right? I think Singapore actually has done a good job lah, because the government's been working very closely with all the religious leaders to try to get their people on board with this.
Yeah.
The Mufti released a statement because I think there was some. Well, again, I think it's a very minute few like
Concerns.
concern about whether the vaccine was halal. And then we read
Mm.
another article where they were showing the public like there's no meat products or pork or certain things for
Pork, beef.
certain very,
Yeah.
very still very religious groups. So I guess well, Buddhism and Hinduism would definitely fall into that category lah. Yeah, then of course Christians have to have the very special ethical reason lah. Okay, so if you're wondering about this, right, just in case you're tuning in
Yes.
and this is a concern for you right now, I think a lot of church pastors in Singapore who have members that are worried about this have released statements to assure their congregations that it's okay to get the vaccine. Now, the reason why is because, as usual, US news spills over here, right?
Yes.
There's a whole move among Christians in the US, some Christians in the US, to not get vaccinated because during the research phase of creating the vaccine, there was some cell lines used from two aborted fetus cell lines. Okay, now no one aborted a fetus in order to create the
Yeah.
research. Okay, it's actually years ago fetus, and it's a cell line, meaning it's replicated cells from based off the aborted
not
cells, but it's not actual
directly-
direct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a move over there with the more extreme pro-lifers that you cannot take the vaccine. And some pastors are asking them to wait until a more ethical vaccine comes out, which is US has
Yeah.
a sizable evangelical population. This is going to be a real problem for them.
I guess they can take the Sinovac vaccine then.
Sinovac has no. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sinovac doesn't have. Moderna and Pfizer has
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to choose.
You have to take
you
the
have to choose.
vaccine.
Or you like you cannot stand China, or you.
Oh.
No, because like it's all mixed up, right? The same people who are like about this
Oh,
are also
right.
like a bit okay.
Oh,
That was
yes.
very sweeping. Sorry, we'll cut that out if it was too much. I have a loose mouth tonight. Yeah, okay, but anyway, right, there's been a lot of language thrown around because again, I feel like we've mentioned John Piper 3 times already in our
Oh my
podcast.
god.
Yeah, because he released a very, very scathing 10-minute interview sermon thing
As
about
to
why you shouldn't. So there was a lot of very provocative language it's killing of unborn children, it's turning sin into a wonder drug. Yeah, so don't worry. Even most conservative pastors actually don't agree with him. Like all the archbishops, the pope, everybody has like been on board with this thing. So it's just this very, very special man. And yeah, so guys, don't worry about it. Like just there's a greater good here. Like more lives could be lost and stuff. Like it's not you're not even directly involved in the situation. So it's really clear. Fine. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So any more fancy, funny reasons why people don't want to get the vaccine?
You see another reason people are worried is like the injection itself.
Yeah.
Worried, just fearful about injections in general, probably.
Yeah, probably right. It could have been anything, right? Any injection, and they would be a bit apprehensive. So if you have that phobia, it's okay. We understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's actually okay lah. We have this, maybe we'll post it on our Instagram.
The picture.
The pictures of all the gauges of needles, right? And vaccination is one of the skinniest needles, guys. No, really, it's so skinny. Like we just had blood donation
Drive,
donation drive a few weeks ago, and I was terrified. But even that was okay. Yeah, but they did anesthetic lah. Then they put the needle in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really a tiny needle, so don't get scared. You'll be fine.
It should be alright.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but we should say we're dissing all the funny reasons, right? But 71% of the people who said they don't want to take it is because of concerns of safety concerns lah.
Yeah.
Whether there will be any side effects.
Yes. Side effects. I think maybe more worried about like whether they will have long-term side effects because they feel that this is a novel disease with a novel vaccine.
Yeah.
Everything is new. There's no track record, so people are not sure.
I get that. Like I think my mom is a bit concerned because she has pre-existing health conditions. So she wants to know what effect that has. And I think that's really, really fair.
Reasonable. Yeah.
Reasonable. Yeah, but Okay lah, but I'm not a good gauge lah. I said to Caris today, right? I will take anything because I don't fear death. Like I really, I have very little fear of death. I'm not exaggerating. It's not. I don't think it's even because I'm a Christian. I just really don't have a major fear of death. Maybe I fear the pain of death, but not death
Not death
itself.
itself.
Like I don't mind. I'm like, we'll go to a better place and I'll be all fine. So I don't lah. But I get why people are concerned. Long-term effects.
Yeah. Maybe that's why maybe older, I don't know whether our older parents or the older generation will be worried because of the pre-existing
Yeah.
existing
Yeah.
health conditions together with this vaccine.
But
Not so
I'm
much they're worried
sure-
about the vaccine.
I'm sure in Singapore they're going to state all the things very clearly
Mm.
before you go for it.
Yeah,
So
probably they
just
will. You have to
out.
check it off to make sure
Yeah.
that you are eligible to take it even.
Yeah, but guys, seriously, I would advise against reading too much news.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the news cycle is exacerbating this whole thing. I think
Yeah.
it's also exacerbated by Trump, quite frankly speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think he's responsible for a lot of the exploding the anti-vaccination movement.
Yeah.
Like that's already been around lah, but it's
Mm.
been so escalated last year already that by now trying to wind it down, it's like trying
It's
to
gonna
work
take some
backwards.
time.
It's going to take some time. Like I really don't think like the moment you Google, like, oh my goodness, I feel like every news outlet has repeated their article like 10 times in different iterations.
Yes, they cited each other.
Yeah.
Like this news article outlet cite the other news article.
And then when you
outlet.
read, it's actually, it's all the same
Yeah.
information. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't panic. Don't turn yourself into a panic. Anyway, by the time it rolls out for us, it's like,
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
actually we were talking about this so interesting, which is like, do you think that too little or too much information plays into like your anxiety?
of course lah.
Yeah. So it's like just funny because it's like we say like different one of us, we need different informations in order to feel safe. It's not like
No, I think it's totally
yeah,
true.
that means it's not like just enough to be logically like to have a logical sound data or information, but we have to have that feeling of like security.
Yeah, and because I think we all get our feeling of security differently. So for you, it's just knowing
The whole
Yeah,
process,
the
I
whole
guess.
process is very helpful. Like for me, my personality is like, okay, I feel like I have a track record of trust with
government.
the government is pretty thorough in most things. And if they make a mistake, it will be a fluke. If I die from the vaccine, it will be the 0.1, don't know what percent of it happening. So for me, I go like, okay, like I don't need to hear the rest of the information. So as I say, I came in very non-anxious today because Carrie started all the research. I only did a little. I researched the needles, the needle gauge, and phobias that people have about needles, which we can talk about, which I find quite funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't. So I came in like all chill and relaxed, and this is gonna be a fun recording. And then suddenly Chen Xi comes in like, oh, and I'm like, okay lah. But my anxiety only went to a 3 lah. That's it went from 1 to 3. It was quite funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you feel more assured now?
Yes, I feel more assured now.
Really?
I guess because like before that I'm just thinking with no information. I'm just like
No information. Is
and then
also
maybe like
anxiety.
some rumors here and there from people like their comments, but there was no like concrete data. But then once I read up and a bit like okay, it's really
Yeah, I would say
fine.
actually what makes me very mildly nervous about the Sinovac is the data is inconsistent. Very, very inconsistent. No, but I do think by the time it's finally approved here, because we only have one right now. Pfizer is the only one that's
the only
approved.
one that's approved.
But by the time I feel we approve it, I feel like okay, the threshold is sufficient. Yeah, because I feel they're really spinning their propaganda about it really like ridiculously lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just okay, like maybe don't exaggerate 100%. Like no vaccine is 100%. Like yeah, so that part makes me a bit nervous because the fluctuation is quite high. I feel for that vaccine.
Yeah.
68, I think is the lowest, right?
Yeah, correct. Or 50
All the way
something
to
maybe.
or even 50 something.
I cannot remember which.
Yeah, but here's the other interesting piece while we were doing the research. World Health Organization only requires a vaccine to be slightly over 50% successful to consider it over the threshold of
a good vaccine.
a good enough,
Good enough.
vaccine.
Yeah,
I was like, that's very low. Like, why go through all the trouble?
50% would be like 1 in 2 patient you meet
in one in two
chance.
chance of like getting it and dying, like
You
no.
have it, I guess. It's
Mm,
pretty good, right?
that one is where I might go, inconvenience. I'm not sure I want to bother going down to get that vaccine. Yeah, but no. This thing is serious. I feel like, oh, please give it to me as soon as possible and as many people as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess for all of us who are like a little anxious and all that, just be aware where the anxiety comes from and what you need in order to
Yeah, I agree. And what you don't need also.
what you need and what you don't need
Yeah.
from news or from people around you to
Mm.
get you to make a more informed choice.
For sure. Okay, can we talk about one thing though, which is this whole okay, this is my anecdotal observation that there are too many people out there that are still kind of biased against the China vaccine, not for informed reasons, but just a bit xenophobic. Actually, let me ask you another question. Like, do you think when we can start traveling after this pandemic is over, right? Look, because the other day I mentioned wanting to travel, and then someone who comes from overseas said to me, who is like a brother, and then he said like I kind of don't really want you come visit me
In
until
another country.
in my country for
okay.
a few years because I'm worried that it will be dangerous for you as a Chinese person.
Because of COVID-19.
Yes.
And their perception of
Yeah, and I was a little bit taken aback by that whole thing. Like just because of like the whole the whole rhetoric about Wuhan, the Wuhan virus, etc., etc. So I feel like even with the vaccine right now, when I talk to some people, it kind of slips out. I feel the bias against taking and wanting to cherry pick the vaccine has to do with there are a mixture of like reasons why you don't want to trust the China authorities about it, but I feel like it comes a bit from a xenophobic kind of attitude that made in China is not as good as made in the US. Actually, you should really think about that right now. If you look at what's going on in the US, right, and their regulations, right, are you sure? Yeah. Because I feel it really is a problem, man. I don't know. When I hear from people, like people are, wow, the China vaccine, the China vaccine, the China vaccine. They don't, and they say Moderna and they say Pfizer, but they say China vaccine. Like seriously, like you can't even say the names, Sinovac, right?
True.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, for the traveling bit, I think actually when I heard about it, it could be that way though. That it can be dangerous.
I know some of my Asian American friends have reported like getting yelled at when they go to the
no.
supermarket, like go back home and other things lah. Yeah, having had hate encounters in the US because of this thing. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it didn't sink in for me because you just hear it there, right? And then suddenly you don't link it to when I travel what's gonna happen until that friend said that. I was like, oh, I actually have to think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so of this, right, what's also very interesting is that there is like a discrepancy with who is taking what vaccines currently.
Oh wow.
So they're finding that a lot of the richer countries are buying up Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. And so it's making it harder for the poorer, low income to middle income countries to purchase those vaccines, even though right now they have the higher effectiveness rate.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are actually turning to China because it's more affordable. Now there's also a logistical element, which is the China vaccine doesn't require
the storage of it needs to be at a temperature that
Pfizer needs to be minus 70 degrees Celsius, and then Moderna needs to be minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
So that makes like transportation across large areas and space in
a bit challenging.
Yeah, challenging. So that's been an issue lah. But again, this world, if you ever like COVID is really showing you how unequal the world is. Seriously. Yeah, because the wealthy nations get access to more effective vaccines, and then the discrepancy is quite big, right? Oh, except maybe the Australian one. The Australia vaccine out is what, £3 versus Pfizer, which is £25 per. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that either. Yeah, so in China's favor, right, let me just say this for them. They've been sending aid to the poorer countries. They just sent 500,000 doses free to Pakistan. So they're trying to also up their image about this whole thing.
And build some
Better,
connections with
connections and rapport.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So as we were saying about like the wealth gap thing is that in one of the survey that's done in UK, they also observe like a wealth gap in response
Oh, wealth gap in response.
to whether to take the vaccine or not. So they found that like generally higher earners are more likely to plan to get vaccinated as compared to low earners in the
And
country.
is that because in the UK they have to pay for the vaccine?
It
Or is
could
it
be.
free? Could be.
We need to
Are they
check.
paying for the vaccine in the UK?
Yeah.
So by the way, let us introduce you to our new producer, director, Winnie, behind the scenes.
Yes.
She's making sure we stay on track. Actually, today she's a bit worried by some of the things, I'm sorry, that have flown out my mouth. Yeah. Okay, so 84% of high earners compared to lower earners.
Yes. And also Asian
55% of the Asian community.
community.
So this is fun. Do you think it's because we trust China? No, but they're rolling out Pfizer vaccination.
Yeah. They are just not that receptive to taking a vaccine.
Maybe Asians. Oh no, it's the lowest acceptance. Oh, that's hilarious. Why? I was about to say that maybe Asians are more likely to take the vaccine because we have a more like authoritarian culture.
I just
Just
do
obey.
it.
Listen,
Just
like tell
obey.
me, we will do it. Yeah.
Yeah, but strangely they didn't.
Interesting.
And then they say women are more reluctant to take the vaccine than men.
Isn't that funny? But this is in the UK, right?
Yeah. With
Okay.
the survey that's done with more than 2,000 adults.
Okay, but you see what it says here, interestingly, the chief executive of RSPH said these are exactly the groups which have suffered the most through COVID.
Yeah, and why?
But they don't want to take the vaccine. So what is the reason? Did they give a reason?
No, they just report the stats.
So
But I find it so interesting.
Do you think it's like lack of access to accurate information?
Yeah, it could be. So one of it is like
Ethnic minorities.
yeah, the ethnic minorities are more reluctant, and it could be that they were concerned because they don't know enough important information about the vaccine.
Oh yeah, because they have a language gap also lah to a
Yeah.
degree. Okay.
So they needed to, like what we mentioned earlier, like the British Islamic Medical Association have to like tell people
Step in to help.
Yeah, that there is negligible alcohol and there is no
Meat products.
no pork and all that, and it's safe to take it.
Okay. So our team complains that when we start thinking, our voice changes when we record this
Our
podcast.
pace changes.
Our pace changes and we go deep. Raymond says it sounds like we're thinking.
We are
Because we are thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's lighten it up a little bit. Okay.
Yep.
So let's go back to the needle phobia thing, Ken.
Yes.
The only thing that I contributed with this research. Kidding. So this is the I don't know why there were so many articles coming about needle phobia. Like, is it a significant amount of the population that won't take the vaccination because of the needle?
At least in Singapore's case, it's not one of the reasons it's listed.
But you don't know how they did the survey.
okay,
It may not even be listed.
Yes.
But every major news outlet has done an article on it, or maybe they're just trying to find a way to create news. Okay, so here's interesting thing.
Yes.
Needle phobia has a scientific term. It's called trypanophobia. I did that quite well. Trypanophobia.
Wow.
Okay, so apparently, you see, Singapore also, we got no like capacity to do our own surveys, but apparently this affects 10% of American
Wow.
adults.
That's significant.
And they found that it is more prevalent in females. Females are really not doing well in this vaccination thing.
No.
Okay, but I found it very interesting though that it's more prevalent with women.
Yeah.
Because we are also known to have the higher pain tolerance of
Yeah, I thought that.
yeah,
too.
so but then again, phobia is phobia, right? It's anticipatory fear. Yeah, so maybe it's not pain that we fear, it's the thought of encountering pain. Yeah, okay, so apparently this condition, right, could arise from biological fear of pain and injury. So it could be a biological wiring.
Mm.
Yeah, so don't laugh at your friends who are scared of needles.
Yeah.
Are you scared of needle? You
No,
are, right?
not.
No, I am a bit, but not phobic lah.
Yeah, I think before I did my wisdom tooth, I was really scared.
Wisdom tooth is a
But
traumatic
after that,
of
I was like, okay, I guess every other needle is fine now.
no, wisdom tooth is traumatic. That one I can understand. Like, but that wasn't even a needle. That
Yeah, they
was
have
like cut
to.
open. Yeah, I know, but then the cut open is the phobia, right? No?
Oh, both of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, it comes from biological fear. Also, it could come from past experiences such as a poorly managed procedure. So this was an interesting thing that Street Science reported. One of the doctors in Singapore that was interviewed, right, said he had to do a routine injection for a guy who was covered in tattoos,
Mm.
but he freaked out because it suddenly brought back childhood trauma of a bad incident with like vaccination or something like that. The guy
Oh.
was covered in tattoos, but he doesn't associate the tattoo needles with injection needle lah.
So basically, he associated the injection with a trauma, like
Like
some
from
sort of a
his
trauma from
like
his
when he
childhood.
was yeah.
Oh.
And he said that was the most that doctor said the most interesting one he encountered lah. So anyway, okay, so another one is being misinformed about the experience through movies or people. Actually, I think my fear of needles comes from my friends. I never used to be afraid until like, you know, when they do the mass vaccination when you're in
In
primary
school?
school and then you have friends freaking out, then I feel like it created anxiety in me now when I have injections. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, right. So Miss Andrea Chong, a senior clinical psychologist at IMH, said this fear can develop into a phobia, and in such cases, it helps to be supportive and affirming to people's fears. Don't say to them, just get over it.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway,
It's very serious. She says, do not make light of that matter.
actually, I want to laugh at when I read that. It made her come across so serious. Then I was looking at it, I was going, you know, some people are going to take this too far, where it's actually like just drama and
Oh.
attention seeking, and then like, I don't know how I feel, but if we really have a phobia, I will not diss you. I understand.
Yep.
Yeah. So here's another interesting thing, right? So studies suggest that 2.5% of patients may pass out during or immediately after a blood sample is drawn. This is due to the pain from the jab triggering a fainting reflex.
I think I have that.
Do you really?
When the person was like squeezing, because we had a blood drive and then the person was taking a sample. So she squeezed and I felt just a little bit.
Yeah, but we know people.
Okay,
Yeah, we
yes.
know people who
We
really
know.
have a fainting reflex with
Okay, yes, we
like
know.
blood and needles. Yeah, okay, we won't say who, but yeah, but this is very interesting because it's a reflex. So my friend, it's not your fault that you have this reflex. You don't need to feel bad. So it leads to the patient's blood pressure dropping and blood to pool in the lower parts of the body, resulting in less blood reaching the brain. Yeah, so it's an actual condition. Yeah. So I really mean it. Like, don't feel bad. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm speaking to that one person right now. Okay, so okay, the other part that was very funny, and actually maybe I'll post the link to the article or something up there because I found it was written so funny, this article, because the doctors were all telling their different methods of helping people cope with a needle injection. And then one guy was quote, this is actual quote, okay, I employ distraction. And then another one said, I try to give them tender loving care.
It's doctors.
Doctors and nurses, yeah. Yeah. So like what we said earlier, we have a blood drive recently, and I have to say, right, shout out to the blood drive people.
Woo.
We've done it twice with them.
Yeah.
Once during COVID when the blood drive was running low, so we did one specially for that, and then this year we did our annual at the beginning of the year, so quite close by. But both times, the blood donation drive people were just so nice. The staff are incredible. They are so kind. They make you feel so assured. And then they are here the whole day. And they work a 6-day work week, guys. I don't know if you know this, right? Blood donation staff work six-day work week. So and then they're just cheerful the entire time and assuring. They have the best bedside manner I've ever seen in nursing and doctor staff. Like, it's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah. So we highly recommend it. If like there ever is a shortage, please go down and donate blood.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's really not as bad as you thought. Like the
The prick.
blood test, the prick test was the worst. Yeah, the it looks big, right? The needle, but it's okay. It wasn't painful at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was totally okay. Yeah. So anyway,
Yes. Back to
yes,
the
that's
vaccine.
back to the vaccine. That was my 2 cents worth into this silly thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So back to the vaccine.
Yes.
What's our advice?
Advice is that once it become available,
Please
go
take the
take it.
vaccine. Yeah.
And any concerns or anxiety that you have with regards to injection, the needles, or I don't know, information you need.
Don't worry about it. The needle is tiny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so just get what information you need in
Need.
order to
Yeah, no more, no less.
Feel
Seriously, to feel okay
at
with this.
peace with this.
Yeah. And then I would say also think about the bigger picture lah.
Yeah.
Like weigh it against, for example, you personally, if you get COVID, what does that mean? Now I know we feel very secure and safe in Singapore. I think that's partly the reason why people are like, I don't know why I
Yeah.
take it. But the number of imported cases that are coming in, the fact of the matter is we're not 100% safe until everyone
Is
does
safe,
their part.
yeah.
I think that's the problem, right? We can't go back to travel. We can't go back to normal economy running and yeah, so think about the bigger picture as well. And yeah, I don't know, I do it for your loved ones and your family. Lah. I definitely want to take it so that I feel peace of mind that my parents are safe when they're around me.
Yeah, I guess we are trying to like as a nation or like just as a world, as a whole, to like get to this level of like herd immunity, right?
Yeah, the 80%.
That means we're not just doing it for our own safety, but also like the safety of our community and our loved ones.
Yeah. And I think I also want to say, hey, it's not that scary lah, guys. I think it feels scary because this is the first time we're living through a pandemic with so much information
Yeah, it's true.
that's available and the ability to share that information without verifying whether it's true.
Yes.
So shout out to our other episode. Go listen to that one
Yes.
about fake news.
Yep.
And then we'll share with you how we got suckered by fake news or I got suckered by fake news. But yeah, like I think it's that's creating more of the anxiety and the apprehension. Yeah, I don't think I'm sure people were scared when the polio vaccine first came out, but I think because the immediate concern was the people right in front of us and whether they're doing well or not doing well or getting sick or not getting sick.
Like we make a judgment based on what we see.
Yeah,
right?
what we see. But now it's based on what we're anticipating
Interesting.
and we don't know how much is true and how much is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that actually in Singapore it's pretty okay. There's enough information out there for you to make a good decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make good choices.
Yes.
Take the vaccine.